What's up, guys? I'm the Wrestlegamer. Welcome back to Let's Play Time Tenshi 2 Special Edition right here on the arcade. On the last episode, we went to the Mesa Verde Cliffs with Tessa, who had a little bit of a spill, and because of that, she not only injured her ankle, but she kind of shredded her time suit. And there was another error that I don't think the game developer was looking at, in the fact that we put Tensei's name for Tessa's dialogue after the fall. I think this is something that they should look at and maybe think about putting out a patch to fix. Just saying. Just saying. But anyway, this was the last line in the last episode. In between missions, Grandpa used the time window to refine the crystals into 4D lenses, while Michelle advised Rose, Kyo, and Tessa on how to produce our own version of the quantum guards while trying to upgrade our weapons. Those days passed in near constant work, with us only taking time off for food and sleep. And I could tell that this was taking its toll upon us all. Even I had to watch my temper at times. Rose, Kyo, and Tessa were wearing their time suits on a daily basis, and we all kept our weapons close in hand just in case. We all knew that it was only a matter of time before Mizuki, Bunny, and Neferuri made the next move. And despite none of us knowing what that might be, we were all on edge, wondering and awaiting the worst. So as I was walking down the hallways of the lab with my shield on my arm, I very nearly jumped out of my skin when the alarm sounded. Ugh. What the? What happened? I don't know, but we better get to the time window room. When we arrived, we saw that Grandpa, Rose, and Tessa had already arrived. Michelle was looking at the monitors with an intent frown. What's going on? We were scanning for more chrono crystals when our sensors detected a temporal distortion at one of the target sites. It looks like Bunny and Mizuki are still hunting for more raw materials. Really? Then where and when are they? According to these readings, they're in 13th century Australia, near Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. Ayers Rock? You know, according to Aboriginal myths, Ayers Rock was created in what they call the Dreamtime, and there are caves with paintings that are supposed to be of the future, and... Yo, I'm sure that's all very interesting, but that doesn't have anything to do with our current situation. Michelle, log onto their location and open the time window. We need to. Michelle, don't! I know this can't be easy, Rose, but we have to ignore them. At least this once. Wait, what? What are you saying, Tensei? I'm sorry, but we still haven't finished your quantum guards, and even if we had, we don't have the programs needed to use their assault modes. And Rose, you've already told me that you and the others haven't had any luck in making your weapons powerful enough to disrupt a quantum guard's field. Since it's a very safe bet that both Bunny and Mizuki now have guards of their own... Wait, but Tensei, we can't just ignore this. Hey, and believe me, I'm really having to say this, but Tensei's got a point. We still haven't managed to even the odds against the opposition, and I'm in no hurry to have my butt served to me on a silver platter again. Rose, I'm sorry, but they're right. We couldn't even beat Neferuri, and when it was 4-3 against 1. And if Bunny and Mizuki both have quantum guards, then I don't see how we could fight them. Neither do I, which is why I don't plan on fighting them. Michelle, do it. Open the time... Well, so much for the choice. Open the time window and send us to them. What? This is absurd. Wait. As Grandpa sputtered in protest, Rose and Michelle looked into each other's eyes as Michelle finally smiled and nodded. Got it. Setting coordinates now. Rose, no! What do you think you're doing? If they have quantum guards... I know that, Tensei, but I don't plan on fighting them. I'm planning on talking to them, the same way I had hoped to talk to them in the future. Suddenly, Rose drew her sword and without hesitation tossed it away. Kyo followed by allowing her own weapons to fall to the floor. Rose, Tenshi, you and I both know that our weapons aren't powerful enough to counter the quantum guards, so there's no point in even bringing them. And if we go in unarmed... Rose, no, I forbid it! As I was struggling with being caught between one side and the other, a brilliant flash filled the room. As I looked up, I was just in time to see the shield rising up from around the time window. Portal's open, confirm lock on the time-space coordinates. Michelle, don't you? No! Ah, crap. Without another word, Rose and Kyo darted up to the time window and disappeared into the portal. And let's stay with Grandpa and the others. I couldn't believe what the two time travelers had just done. They had gone into the past many times before, but this was the closest thing I'd seen to a suicide mission. Well, all we can do now is wait. Again, are you serious? Huh? You're just gonna leave them out there to get beaten to a pulp or worse? Tessa, I appreciate your concerns, but... Sure, I may have arrived only here just recently, but if you think I'm just gonna sit by and... Tessa trailed off, apparently unable to finish her sentence, but her words inspired something in my heart. Wait, it didn't show. Oh, alright, I guess it wasn't gonna say anything. As I looked around at Grandpa, the look of despair in his face, I clenched my hands into fists. I realized that there was only one thing I could do. Don't worry, Grandpa, I'll make sure they come back. Wait, what? Michelle, keep the time window open and be ready to bring us all back if anything goes wrong. Of course. Kenshi, please, there's nothing you can do. I can drag Rose and Kyo back if it looks like things are about to go bad. Besides, I just can't abandon them. You have to understand that. Yeah, well, I don't know which of us is the biggest idiot. Those two for going have a powwow with the enemy without their gear? You for going after them? Or me for signing up to tag along as well? My grandfather glanced between us for a few seconds, then heaved a deep sigh. Alright, you don't talk to Bunny or Mizuki. You don't look for them, you don't try and spy on them, and you definitely don't fight them. You grab Rose and Kyo and get out of there. Is that understood? Got it, Tensei. Right, let's go. Not wasting another moment, Tessa and I launched ourselves into the time window. As we adjusted to the vortex outside our own world, we caught sight of Rose and Kyo also in the time stream. Ugh, all of a sudden we get bigger every time. Yeah, I know. And here they go. Even though Rose and Kyo were a fair distance ahead of us, I can still clearly see their breasts bouncing and bulging, blasting through their cup sizes in a span of seconds. The Englishwoman's face was scrunched up in displeasure as her heaving bust weighed more and more heavily on her. Her time suit's metal plating looked like it was going to give way at any moment. Meanwhile, Kyo gasped as her already curvy body swelled and jiggled, straining its cloth restraints at the chest and hips as they flared out more and more. Her tremendous orbs danced and swayed as she grinned proudly. You know, this is getting a lot easier. We're still going really far back, but it doesn't feel nearly as bad. Anything seems easy compared to going back to Egypt. Besides, we've been going pretty far back in time lately. Maybe our bodies are just getting used to. Hey, Earth to morons, will you wait up and... Ugh. And it's time for Tessa to join the fray. Tessa cut herself off as the effects of time travel did their work on her own bust. She continued to clutch the other's weapons as her boobs ballooned outwards, pressing out against her form-fitting top. Still not used to this part. The pink-haired girl gritted her teeth as she glared down at her bosom, which was merrily dancing as it exploded in size. Then the other girls noticed our presence. Kenji? Tessa? What are you doing here? We're here to bring you back. Look, you can't face Bunny or Mizuki now. It's just too dangerous. I know that it's risky, Tenshi, but we have to try. And... So, Tessa, how you're enjoying yourself? Kyo's interruption surprised me a bit. Tessa, meanwhile, was growling in her throat. Doesn't it feel nice? If you know, it's like weird at first. How tingly you feel. If you just let it work for you, it really feels good as they get bigger and bigger and... Keep it up, Ditz, and you won't have to worry about the gruesome twosome killing you because I'll... Oof. Tessa's breath surged forward again, pressing vigorously at the window to her cleavage. Kyo just giggled and danced, swinging her own outlandishly huge orbs around with delight. Never mind that. Look, Kenji, if we could complete our quantum guards, then I'd... Rose was cut off in mid-sentence as she disappeared from the vortex between the worlds, along with Kyo. What the? They must have arrived in Australia. You alright, Tessa? Yeah, I'm good. I'll be even better when I bust those morons' skulls in. I was mostly of the opinion that Tessa's bark was worse than her bite, but I decided not to comment. I just waited for the time window to bring us down to our destination. And we are here at our destination, which means, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. If you guys liked the video, be sure you slam that like button. Like a champion, if you guys want to see more of Time Tenshi 2 right here on the arcade, you know the way to do it. You got to hit that subscribe button down below. So with that being said, I am your friendly neighborhood WrestleGamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys!